So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton, wherever you are out there, and for those of you who are here, and those of you who are out there but within traveling distance, remember we've got a party here at the Central Jersey Masonic Center after our service, so you got time to come on down. And you won't miss anything because you can listen to us on your phone while you're traveling here. So how great is that? All right, so someone let me know that you can see and hear me, and you will get a very special spiritual mind treatment, although I believe the people who submitted last week, who said hi last week, you did not collect. That's okay. And I'm still waiting to see anyone out there. No one is on, according to my live feed. Doesn't mean it's not there, because you never know. You never know. Okay, Debbie, you won. All right, we got people. All right, thank you, good. Debbie and Margit, you win. So you can either message me via this Facebook page or email me what you would like spiritual mind treatment for, and I will do that. Oh, okay, so this is interesting. They don't let me, okay. Facebook did move stuff. All right, fine. I know how to read it again. Okay, good. Happy day to you too, Margit, and hello to you, Debbie, and that's it. All right, time for spiritual mind treatment. Let me see who we have. Okay. Okay, good. You're welcome, Debbie. Okay, spiritual mind treatment. Is there any reason why I should be smelling popcorn?
I smell it too.
Okay.
It's the rice.
It's the rice. Okay, guys, come on down. If you're a little concerned, get your mask on and come on down. All right. Rice. Okay, so this word is being spoken for each one. And if there is anyone else or any place on the planet that you would like to have included, just think of their name or that place now and know that this word also includes them. There is one infinite mind. It is that mind that is now creating this entire universe and everything in it. Call it mind, call it intelligence, call it God, call it creator. Something right now is intelligently knowing this entire universe and everything in it and guiding the movement and activity and the relationships of everything that is in it, and doing so in such a way that there is always present harmony, balance, order, that there is a place for every created thing in this universe, and that that place is always secured, even though everything is continuously moving. So the truth is that no matter where one is or what one is doing or what is around each one, there is something that is always ensuring a path of moving in whatever way is for the highest and greatest good of each one, in harmony, in balance, and in order with everything else. So any belief in blockage, any belief that one can take one's place, all belief in competition, all belief in confusion or overwhelm or imbalance is all by this word erased, evaporated, and vanished. All belief in waste, all belief that one has made decisions in the past that he or she regrets, as well as those regrets, are in this word of truth, erased, vanished, and gone. Now is that eternal moment, that eternal now that creates past, present, and future. And it is possible in this now moment of truth to have such a realization of that eternal now, of its omnipresent goodness, of its life, light, love, power, peace, beauty, harmony, and joy. It is possible to have such a conscious realization of this that all that has transpired in the past is actually rearranged. And so the truth is, right now is the moment. Right now is the time. That the truth is that one full, completely committed to decision made in this now moment completely alters all time, all facts. And so everything that is a part of that which has been decided is now moving together in each one's favor. And so a whole new experience of life is possible. And in this moment now, each one is realizing that the decision made in this now moment is more powerful than a complete lifetime of bad decision making. That this moment of truth forgives, forgets, erases, as though it never happened. That this now moment restores all the years that the locusts have eaten. That this now moment corrects and catapults each one into that path of moving from good to greater good in ways and means of goodness. This is the power that is present right now, and each one has access to this power every time he or she chooses something that is life-affirming. And so each one this day is filled with ideas that are life-affirming, ideas that are happy, ideas that represent the highest expression of truth, ideas that can create beliefs that, when believed, changes everything. That these ideas can create a whole system of beliefs that supports one in moving forward with greater ease and freedom in life, freer and happier than ever before. That even right now, it is available to each one to have that decision of health and wholeness that changes everything. A decision to express and be the presence of love that changes all relationships. That decision of realizing that one with God is a complete majority, that changes each one's experience of accomplishment and catapulting each one from a consciousness of victim, failure, loser, nothing works out right, all that erased, into a consciousness of yes, I can, of success, of achievement, of accomplishment. A consciousness of knowing that life has created each one in order to be an avenue through which God, this life itself, creates and brings its goodness through each one into humanity. That each one is created to be an avenue for the divine to bring its good into humanity. That is the truth of each one. And so whatever one needs to know about this for themselves, whatever anyone needs to accept for themselves to experience this, is now known, is now revealed, is now understood, accepted, believed. Each one is knowing what he or she needs to know to make that decision, which absolutely transforms everything in one's expression in the future. Each one is able to make a decision right now that from this moment on shifts everything in one's experience, so that no matter what one may have been and no matter how long one may have been doing it or thinking it or believing it, something brand new. The past is let go and the past self is let go. That this brand new experience of the truth of oneself is available, it is possible, it is there, and it is always beckoning, and it is always wanting to have a free expression in, through, and as, and all around each one. And so each one is now receiving the crystal clarity that is present in this infinite mind creating each one. That crystal clarity that the divine knows that would create a whole better, more enjoyable experience of living that would create a whole improved quality of life. This infinite mind knows this because it answer, the guidance, the solution, the direction, that whole new realization of truth that is startling, that is revolutionary, transformational, healing, that is the key of freedom. Freedom from one's old beliefs, old self, and old way of living. A whole new world of possibility that seems possible, obtainable, and probable, and so wonderful that each one is filled with that daringness to go there, to make that decision, to live this life, to discover a whole new world, to be forever, irrevocably changed in that relationship one has with all of life and oneself. This is the truth, and as a result, each one is healthier than ever before, happier than ever before, freer and more harmonious and peaceful than ever before. Each one is living a whole new life that is so much better that the past self and life is unrecognizable to the now being that each one is. This is the life that the divine is desiring to create in, through, as, and all around each one right now. Each one agrees with it. Each one is present within it. Each one is listening to it, allowing it, affected by it, and each one is making that conscious choice to be it. Each one is decisive, each one is clear, each one is divinely guided with its wisdom and intelligence, and each one is seeing the difference. First of all, feeling it within them, seeing it as a whole new perception of reality, and discovering it everywhere within themselves and within their world. I am grateful that this is the truth. And I release this word now to the law, which makes it so. It's so, and it's done, and so it is.
So it is.
And that's the way it is. Reverend Rich.
I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, my heart is ready to receive.
And so we expect to receive tremendous good this day. Why? Just because we said so. And so open your heart, open the portals of your mind to receive inspiration, wisdom, guidance, the answer, and be ready. Get ready to really have a revolutionary change starting now. Be open to it, and so it is.
I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. receive.
Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. We are a loving, healing, and inclusive community which teaches and practices the principles of the science of mind for the well-being and spiritual growth of ourselves and of the world. And I am Jon Heron. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center. And here we are, ready, welcoming ourselves to worship. I was, the things that you think in the middle of the night when you wake up. Yeah, so last night I woke up and this thought came into my head. You know, when Muslims go to the mosque, they take off their shoes. They leave them outside, right? And I don't know what their understanding of that practice is, but I would think you're connected to the earth. The thing that you put between yourself and the ground, between your source, you take it off and you leave it outside. So this is your opportunity to welcome yourself. Take off your shoes, leave them outside. Be here. Be here. Fully ready for your connection with Source, right? Source, call it God, call it the universe, whatever you like. And that's what we're here to do today. Couple of announcements. Today we have our little spring event. There's some food here. Please come and join us at the Masonic Temple on River Road. And you can come around noon. If you didn't come to the service this morning, come. There's some very nice food that people brought, and that's pretty wonderful. Next week, Reverend Janice Valera will be here to speak with us, and we know it's always a delight when Reverend Janice is here. So come and join us, and leave your shoes at home. All of this, when I'm asked to do the welcome and I have that opportunity, I always think, as I've said many times before, it's not somebody standing in front saying, welcome. It's each one of us welcoming ourselves, leaving outside the things that keep us busy all week and keep our minds busy on the temporary situations in our lives, and to be standing in Source, to be standing in the truth, not just Sunday morning, but all week long. And this morning, we have the opportunity to be here together, remembering who we are in Source, and we have our Practitioner Damaris Otero-Torres. We have our wonderful music from Reverend Rich, and our wonderful talk from Reverend Karen. And of course this goes on, right? To live your life with not your actual shoes off, that would hurt, but to live your life in connection with Spirit all through the week. It's something I practice always, and not always so easy. Right? But I keep reminding myself, I need to welcome myself to it. I need to be open to it and to allow myself to walk on the earth with whatever's happening around me, knowing that I am connected to Source, connected to Spirit. So again, welcome. This is your time to welcome yourself, to leave your shoes outside, right? And be here with us, either physically, the people who are here in the room, or virtually, online, and to open to that place and be there with us. So again, welcome. We're glad that you're with us. Thanks.
just changed the key to the song, so I don't know what's going to happen.
All right.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Who I am. Who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Who I am.
Good morning. I am remembering who I am. Service is over. That's all we need to know. Let's go party.
There's a story behind that song.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Damaris Otero-Torres, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center, and I welcome you again to this gorgeous, wonderful spring day. It is truly amazing, and a week ago we were celebrating Easter.
Yeah.
Life affirming, renewal, freedom, wholeness, and all those wonderful things. Reverend Karen just said that we have to celebrate our daringness to go there, to that place of peace, of wholeness, of affirming life. And it's very interesting. As I was preparing for today's duties as practitioner of the day, I found a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful meditation that I am going to share with you. And I wish I had written it, but no, it's not mine. I heard it from Dr. Wayne Dyer, who I believe took it from the book 3 Magic Words. So it's not mine, but it's beautiful. But I usually get like a reading and then look for the meditation or write one, but this time it was the other way around, and I kept on looking for a reading. And I finally went to the Living the Science of Mind, this book by Ernest Holmes. And again, in this topic of resurrection and life affirming and being there and daring to go there, that place of peace, I liked this reminder of our need to lift the load. So, and it goes like this. The burden of life arises from the belief that we have neither the power nor the intelligence to solve our problems. But if we realize that our partner, the law, makes things of itself by itself, becoming the thing it makes, we shall know that no matter what undesirable facts may be manifesting themselves in our present experience, the law can dissolve them for us. We transfer the problem into the divine ideal. If anyone should ask us how the divine intelligence is going to recognize our small problem, our answer would be that the divine works through the universal law of cause and effect. Whoever specializes this law will find that he or she can transfer the burden of personal responsibility to the law, and that the law will work for him or her as an individual on the pattern of this thought, just as it works in the rest of the cosmos. It does not do this because it likes one person better than another, but because it is its nature to do so. So the call for being daring and going there is what we really need to do. I had a minister that used to say, if you're going to go through a crucifixion, you might as well hang out for the resurrection. We need to be ready to live that resurrection every single day and not just once a year. And as I mentioned before that I was listening to Wayne Dyer, one of the things he says is if we program our subconscious mind at night before we go to bed, and we certainly are in that space of letting go and welcoming that higher intelligence, our lives will change forever. So I'm going to share this meditation that I heard this week. So I'm going to ask that you take a deep cleansing breath and make these words your own. I know that I am pure spirit, that I always have been, and that I always will be. There is inside me a place of confidence and quietness and security, where all things are known and understood. This is the universal mind, God, of which I am a part and which responds to me as I ask of it. This universal mind knows the answers to all of my problems. And even now, the answers are speeding their way to me. I need not struggle for them. I need not worry nor strive for them. When the time comes, the answers will be there. I give my problems to the great mind of God. I let go of them, confident that the correct answers will return to me when they are needed. Through the great law of attraction, everything in life that I need for my work and fulfillment will come to me. It is not necessary that I strain about this. Only believe. For in the strength of my belief, my faith will make it so. I see the hand of divine intelligence all about me, in the flower, the tree, the brook, the meadow. I know that the intelligence that created all these things is in me and around me, and that I can call upon it for my slightest need. I know that my body is a manifestation of pure spirit, and spirit is perfect. Therefore, my body is perfect also. I enjoy life, for each day brings a constant demonstration of the power and wonder of the universe and myself. I am confident. I am serene. I am sure. No matter what obstacle or undesirable circumstance crosses my path, I refuse to accept it, for it is nothing but illusion. There can be no obstacle or undesirable circumstance to the mind of God, which is in me, around me, and serves me now. So in that consciousness, this word is for everyone listening, for everyone that wishes to remember who I am. the I am that I am expressing in each one's life as omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience. That one creative force that directs, guides, inspires, uplifts us wherever each one goes. There is nothing outside of that reality. And as each one stands in certainty that God is, I am, and therefore it is, our lives are the harmonious, glorious universe that it is meant to be. That is our life. That is what each one here is claiming right here, right now, a perpetual life-affirming activity, a perpetual resurrection, a perpetual understanding of wholeness, of peace, of beauty expressing. Nothing else opposes that truth. I know this word is in the law, and I release it to the law, knowing that everything's well. So it is. Amen. Enjoy the service.
Thank you, Damaris. I want to make that a meeting. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
If you're going to go through a crucifixion,
I wish you would.
ask for a resurrection.
Stay for the resurrection.
Yeah, hang around.
Hang around. Hang around.
I never heard that. Speaking of resurrections, we did this song kind of for Easter last week. Can't see nothing in front of me. Can't see nothing coming up behind me. Make my way through this darkness. Can't feel nothing but this chain that binds me. Lost track of how far I've gone. Far I've gone, how high I've climbed. On my back's a 60-pound stone. On my shoulder, half a mile of line. Come on up for the rising. Come on up, lay your hands in mine. Come on up for the rising. Come on up for the rising tonight. Left my house this morning. Bells ringing filled the air. Wearing the cross of my calling. On wheels of fire come rolling down here. Come on up for the rising. Come on up, lay your hands in mine. Come on up for the rising. Come on up for the rising tonight. I said la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Spirits above and behind me. Faces gone black, eyes burning bright. May the precious blood bind me. Water standing for your fiery light. I said la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I see you, Mary, in the garden. A dream of life comes to me. A catfish dancing on the end of my line. Sky of blackness and sorrow. Sky of love, sky of tears. Sky of glory and sadness. Sky of mercy, sky of fear. sky of memory and shadow. Your burning wind fills my arms tonight. Sky of longing and emptiness, a dream of love. Sky of fullness, sky of blessed love. I said, come on up for the rising. Come on up, lay your hands in mine. Come on up for the rising. Come on up for the rising tonight. I said, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
All right, we're on a roll. Okay, so I want to remind everyone, another little announcement, which people might not be fully aware of, but if you dial our office number, there is always a spiritual mind treatment that you can listen to. And our Damaris always has recorded a spiritual mind treatment in Spanish. So get the word out. The phone number is 609-924-8422, 24/7, and you can press 1 and you get the English spiritual mind treatment changed every month by one of our practitioners. Press 2 and you get the Spanish spiritual mind treatment. So if you have Spanish speaking friends, let them know that, because I don't know anywhere else where that's there. So having said that, we've got more people who were out there in Facebook land are now present here, ready for the party. So you still have time to come. I'll talk until you come. All right, there you go. So our talk today, I have to read it. You are only one decision away from a totally different life. And the reason why that's the topic is I was going back through suggestions that people made. So all your suggestions that you've ever made for a topic, I have that all saved in this file. And someone made this suggestion, probably 10, 15 years ago. And I'm like, wow, that's a great topic. So I selected it, and then I'm like, what the heck, what is that about? You are only one decision away from a totally different life. Well, what's the decision? And so the good news is, for each one of us, it's probably a different decision. And so let me give you some examples of this for me. First of all, as a little prelude here, we just got done with our Tessera Canta, where we focused for 40 days plus 7 Sundays on clarity. And so with all that clarity that we experienced, that we received, it might not have been in the area where you wanted it, but believe me, clarity was revealed to all of us. With all that greater clarity, is there some decision waiting for you to make? I recommend that you begin listening to this talk right now by listening to your own heart and ask your own heart, what one decision can I make beginning now that will change my whole life? And then just sit with it. Just sit with it. My thought about this kind of decision that will change your whole life is it's probably easier to make some sort of internal decision rather than, I'm going to run every day. Although running every day is not against the rules or something. Years ago, probably around 20 years ago, I asked my higher wisdom self, what one spiritual practice should I begin next year? I ask that question every December. Well, when I ask that question, I usually ask it in December for January 1. What's the new spiritual practice I should add? And my inner wisdom self said, walk 15 minutes a day. And I'm like, what the heck? That's not a spiritual practice. No. Give me a better one. At the same time, my hairdresser, Joseph, every 7 weeks, he would say, walk 15 minutes a day for 7 days. It will change your life. And I'm like, yeah. For months. He began probably saying that to me in September. And every time I saw him, he's like, walk 15 minutes a day. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about it. And then when I asked about that spiritual practice, I got that same answer. I was like, oh, come on. Well, anyway, I saw Joseph on February 1st. And he's again fixing my hair and saying, walk 15 minutes a day. And I'm like, okay. And I was in Manhattan for my hair appointment, and wearing shoes, and Manhattan's not the easiest place to walk 15 minutes around. I mean, it's easy to do, but it's a little hard on the body, and in the physical condition I was in at the time, it was a little bit harder. But I walked 15 minutes. I'm like, there, good, shut up. And every day for 7 days, I did walk 15-minute days. I mean, I got my watch and I noted the time exactly, and I walked out of my house for 7.5 minutes and turned around and walked right back. And after 7 days, I said, well, let's try 14. So I did 14 days. I'm like, okay, let's do 21. They say that makes a habit. So I did it 21 days. Then I said, let's do 35 days. They say that makes a habit. So I did 35 days. And then I said, well, let's do 49 days. And that way I can go see Joseph and say, I did it. So shut up about it. So I did it. I had to walk at 1 a.m. in a strange town that I was at a convention because I was so busy all day. But I left the hotel, 7.5 minutes walking up the sidewalk with the street lights on a major street to be safe, walked right back in. Shut up, I did it. Well, I will say it was one decision that changed my whole life, and even spiritually. Because I thought I could sit on my couch like a Buddha and know the truth. And I was not very interested in moving. My physical body never really had before. And at that time, my physical body was filled with aches and pains. But as all of you know who have listened to me any time recently, you know I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I mean, I began running, I began dancing, I played tennis, I futzed around with rowing. There's no physical challenge that calls to me that I won't dive into. But yet, in practicing moving, for me, I've had to go deeper and deeper in what I know to be spiritually true than I had to do when I was just being a Buddha on my couch. So don't exclude that kind of guidance if that's what you get. There's also this little book by Raymond Charles Barker called The Power of Decision, and of course, it's perfect for this topic because he suggests some decisions that we could make that would change our whole lives. Decide to be happy, no matter what. When you decide to be happy, no matter what, similar to I decide to walk 15 minutes a day, no matter what, no matter if I'm traveling in a different country, no matter if it's pouring rain outside, no matter if I'm tired, no matter what, I'm choosing this. And so deciding to be happy is I am choosing to be happy no matter how I feel. No matter what my mood is, no matter what's happened in my world, I'm choosing to be happy. No matter how I feel. That seems like right? What is that word? Like paradox. Right. Is it oxymoron too? Yes. Yeah. It's like, what? What do you mean? You're not feeling happy. No, I choose to be happy no matter what. He also suggests I choose to be healthy. Healthy no matter what. What does that mean?
No.
Okay. Something.
My Siri.
Siri liked what I said. Okay. Okay. I'm reading a book right now, which, oh my gosh, so far it's been totally brilliant, called High Conflict. And the person who wrote it is really examining why we human beings get into opposing camps and dig down and get taken over by it. And I thought, wow, now there's a decision. What if you decide to never take a side? That's kind of hard to do when you know this side is right and that side is wrong. And if you decide not to take a side, which I'm sort of doing, you can get very confused because you're going to hear the wisdom that each side is speaking. And you can't make up your mind because it's not for you to make up your mind. So there's a decision. Decide to be healthy no matter what. Even I know that at one point in my physical spiritual practice, I was playing tennis, which was something I always wanted to do. And there I was, and I was learning tennis, and I got the experience of tennis elbow. And it really hurt. I mean, I don't know if anybody ever have it here. No. Oh yeah, we got some nods. Okay. I mean, this is, I was very surprised. And I'm like, what's that about? And I'm like, I reminded myself of my decision to accept my good is all good, not mixed with evil of any kind. And I just took a stand and I said, then that's true of right here. My good is all good. It is not mixed with evil of any kind. Therefore, I will not stop playing tennis. I don't care. And I played right through it. And after a couple of weeks or so, it went away. I mean, it hurt to believe that my good is mixed in with evil. But I chose not to listen to it. That's how I was guided at that time. So the thing is when you make a decision that will change your life forever, it really could be any decision. But what's the next best decision for you to make about your life? The one that I personally am working on right now, and it's definitely changing my internal experience of life. I have decided to love myself no matter what I do. No matter what I say, no matter what I don't do. No matter where I succeed, no matter where I fail, no matter where I make a big old mess, and no matter where I actually do something that looks good. No matter what. For me, it's the consciousness that my mother had adopted in having her two children. And those of you who knew her know, she took the position that her children were perfect and wonderful and never did anything wrong. Being one of those children, I can let you know, that's not what I was doing. And certainly I had many moments of nastiness toward my mother, and I made some woo-boo-woo-boo mistakes out there, and my mother never changed that position. My children are perfect. They never do anything wrong. They are good. Because she just decided that was the position she was going to take. And when she made her transition, the one thing more than ever that I really miss is having that one person who just took that stand about me. No matter what I thought about myself, no matter what I believed about myself, she's like, you're perfect. Never happened. Years ago when one of my cats started attacking her daughter, the two big cat fight in the house, my mother took that position with my cat. And she said, there is nothing, your cat is not like that. You take that cat to the vet. There's something physically wrong with her because your cat is not like that. I'm like, what do you mean? I got to keep them apart. The house is a wreck. Da, 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 da. I took the cat to the vet. She was right. She had horrific dental pain. I didn't know that. There was no sign. She had a checkup. They didn't notice, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they fixed that problem with her. She still hated her daughter, but at least that physical situation was fixed. Then, the rest was, spiritual work that I had to do. But so having had that experience with my earthly mother, and we can always have that experience with our heavenly parent, right? What if you took that point of view about yourself? I am absolutely wonderful, no matter what. I rewatched How to Marry a Millionaire. Oh, I'm sorry, I just love Marilyn Monroe. And at the very end, she wants to marry a millionaire. I think that's the one. No, diamonds, the ones with diamonds are... Yeah, is that How to Marry a Millionaire? Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friends is in that one?
Yeah.
It'll come to us. Gentlemen prefer blondes. There we go. Thank you. See, I said it'll come to me. Remember that little phrase. Very good. Okay, so at the very end, she's mad at her millionaire fiancé, and she's broken it off with him because his father had hired a spy, and they had discovered that she had been flirting around with a diamond mine owner and got a hold of a tiara and blah, blah, blah. I mean, all these things she had done. And what she said to her fiancé was, "It's over. I want you to trust in me no matter what I may do." And he's like, "What? I want to trust you no matter what you might do." But she took that position, and he married her. There it goes. But to take that position with yourself, no matter what you might do, no matter what I might do, I'm going to love myself. That's it. No discussion. I love you. Well, it was an oops. It was an uh-oh. It was a oh. But I love you anyway. And as I've adopted that particular opinion of myself, I notice I'm having a happier experience in me. That definitely I have made mistakes, but that extra angst that always used to be in me isn't there. I might make a mistake, but it's somehow easier to deal with it, to make amends, to fix it, to admit it. The inner experience is what has changed, where I can let it go. Instead of, the guilt, the shame, and the beating of yourself up over and over again, which I used to be a master at, that seems to have gone away. It's sort of like, for those of you who've been around and I have that little spiritual practice of picking things off of you and throwing it out the window. That thought, I pick it off me and I throw it off the window. My worry about so-and-so, I pick it off of me and I throw it the window. All this awful feeling of guilt, I pick it all up out of me and I throw it out the window. It's a simple little thing, but it represents this decision I've made. Let me decide to love myself unconditionally. That means no matter what I might do or fail to do. And then you do your best. Or not. But the love that you are giving to yourself is not conditioned upon whether you decide the right way or the wrong way. Unconditional love. So that's the one that I am practicing. That's the decision that I have made right now. But there's so many more to make. Decide to be happy, decide to be healthy, decide to be a success. Decide to be free. I remember years and years ago, before I got into this teaching, I was employed in a bank, and we had gotten a new boss who was a bit critical in a maniacal sort of way. And she would begin, when you first started working for her, thinking everything you were doing wonderful, but then after 6 or 8 months, she would change her mind and start thinking that you were really bad and start documenting you and making your life pretty much hell until you resigned or left or I don't know what, because there would be no solution in staying. And I was just so browbeaten by that experience. And divine guidance got me out of that particular situation. But that belief of being beaten up on the job still lived in me. And I remember I got into this teaching and I decided to quit my job at that bank and go become an actress. But it was really a decision to understand freedom. I looked at all the money that I had socked away as a banker, and I asked myself, how much money do I have to have socked away in order to feel secure? And in honesty, I realized there is no amount. And then I thought, so my security is not dependent on how much money I have. So let me quit the job. I quit the job, I spent all the money that I had socked away. And in those 3 years, I discovered freedom. Freedom. I knew who I was, and I knew what I was willing to do, and I knew life was supporting me. And when I went back into the working world, which I had to, I thought, I will never be treated like that again on the job. The power that I felt with that realization and that decision. And my decision was crystal clear. If I ever start getting abused like that in a work environment again, I will quit. And because I knew that about myself, I could enter into any work experience with peace of mind, because I knew if it was really horrible, I would quit. I'm not dependent on the job for my security. That was something that I taught myself, that, these spiritual principles that we teach, I applied them, I lived them, and I learned from them. And that decision changed my life forever. Because I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can walk away. Always, I can walk. You don't like me? That's fine. Bye. But with this new decision, I know I am wonderful. Your poor luck. I actually had a situation where someone wanted to do something, and I had sent an email saying, yes, go ahead, whatever. And then I never heard back from the person, and I thought, well, okay, they probably did a little bit more research about who I am and the way I talk and the style of our center, whatever, and maybe doesn't want to, be a part of it. And all I thought was, their loss, because we're the best. The Center for Spiritual Living Princeton, we're the best. And those who have eyes can see. Those who have ears can hear. And we're not for everybody, but if we're not for somebody, well, too bad for them. Yes, I took that position with our center. I know how good we are. Our practitioners, holy schmoly, really, guys, we're so good. And we're so loving, right? Everybody who comes just feels the love. That's what they've reported to me. I mean, some people have, not, but, too bad for them. It's here because I decided, right? We decided. So the question for you now, I've yammered on for a while. Your question now is, what decision is there for me to make about myself, about life, about my approach, or what, divine guidance? What decision is there for me to make that if I make it, it will change the rest of my life? Some people think the decision is to move, to retire, to change jobs, to break up, to get married. I don't know. I mean, maybe that will certainly change your life for a while. But the thing is that eventually, in your new place, you're going to find your old self. and your old experience happening. And with your new partner, you're going to find your same experience in relationships. And with your new job, guess what? You're going to find out that there's abusive people there too. So, but the decisions that you decide about yourself, that will stay forever. And it does take some commitment. But the spiritual presence will guide you. You know, with something as mundane as walking 15 minutes a day, I was like undisciplined and not really good at these kind of things, and I didn't like it. I did not like walking 15 minutes a day. I know people who, right? All of you, I'm sure. You go for a walk and you get in touch with nature and God, and you have this like mystical experience. And I'm like, ugh. To each his own. But with all that, in the rain, and my feet hurt, and it was 10 o'clock at night, and it was dark, and it was scary out there, and it was cold. And I thought, okay, Karen, because immediately I heard all these excuses for not walking 15 minutes a day coming up, right? And I thought, if I were to walk 15 minutes a day, what thought could I have? And the thought came, just put your sneakers on. And I said, I could do that. I'm not saying I'm going to walk. I'm just going to get home. I'm just going to put my sneakers on. And so with my whole, teaching outfit on, I got home and I sat down and I just put my sneakers on. And I walked out of the house. It wasn't a decision to walk. It was a decision just to put my sneakers on. And then I walked out of the house. That was interesting to learn. Discipline to that decision that you've made is not willpower. In fact, willpower is ineffective to keeping to your decision. But spiritual power guides you in a simple little way to keep your commitment at your level of understanding, at your level of consciousness. That's what we want. We want to make a decision that will require spirit to help us keep it. And then all we do is just remain open to it and keep affirming it, reminding ourselves, because you know how easy it is to forget a decision you've made, right? But if you take a moment right now and listen to your heart, okay, there may be some of you who it's not the time to make a decision, and maybe you get nothing. Let it be. Okay, there's your decision. I'm going to honor that I am not making a decision, guidance that I'm getting. There's a decision, right? I'm going to honor this. I got nothing. Honor it. But when, and that actually is a good decision. I'm going to honor that I got nothing. Because that's a hard thing to admit, right? If everybody else is like, I made a great one, but look at Reverend Karen, right? And I got nothing. I didn't make a decision. I decided to not make a decision. Just give it a little bit of oomph, with all my strength and character and integrity, I have decided I am not making a decision. That's a decision, right? So, but as you connect with yourself, with me, I know what decision that if I make it, it will change my whole life. I know my decision right now is I'm going to love myself no matter what. I'm sure you all can think of the no matter what's that it should be affecting my decision, but no, I'm going to love myself. And the question for you to contemplate while Reverend Rich gets ready to sing something, I give him some warning, is listen to your heart and ask that question. What is that one decision, right? The answer is you are only one decision away from a totally different life. What is that decision? And when we come back, we'll all have greater clarity. We'll move forward, and I'll do spiritual mind treatment to make it so.
Make it so.
Reverend Rich.
Make it so, number one.
Make it so, number one.
Too much Star Trek. Can you have too much Star Trek?
There can never be.
Discovery, huh? You can spend your whole life building something from nothing. One storm can come and blow all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so out of reach. You know it might not ever come your way. Dream it anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. When I pray, don't always turn out like I think it should. Walk it anyway. I do it anyway. The world's gone crazy and it's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway. You can love someone with all your heart for all the right reasons. In a moment they can choose to walk away. Love them anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. When I pray, don't always turn out like I think it should. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. You can pour your soul out singing a song you believe in. But tomorrow they'll forget you ever sang. Sing it anyway. Yeah, sing it anyway. I sing, I pray, I do anyway. All right, get out there and walk. Get those sneakers on.
15 minutes a day. All right, so this word is being spoken for each one. Infinite mind, omnipresent, cause creator of all, creating each one, is creating within each one a new idea that would bring to each one a whole new, wonderful, improved experience of living. It is simply one thought away, one new idea that, when decided to believe in it and take a stand upon it, creates a whole new, more wonderful experience of living. Each one knows now what that idea is for them. And it is a personal idea. It is a precious idea. It is given to each one as a gift. And it is an idea that changes everything from this point forward. Each one is now welcoming this divine guidance, tantalized by this new idea, guided to contemplate it. And when ready, each one is emboldened to decide that this is going to be true for themselves from this point onward. And it is true, and everything is different because of it. I am grateful that that's truth. I release this word to the law, which makes it so, supports each one in experiencing it as so, and so it is done, and so it is.
I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me.
So it is. There we go. Well, welcome everybody who's checked in. Angel, thank you so much. She has her shoes off. John, right? Is it John who said it, or did you?
No, John.
John had us take our shoes off. Okay. Hi, Robert. Hello, Tina. Lynn, good to see you. And Debbie, good to see you. I think I've got Gary was here. All right. Angel was here. Excellent. All right. So goodbye, everybody. Have a great week. Bye.